Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week, I think the first time ever, there are no confirmed first appearances. But we do have for you some honorable mentions. I think we have 6 titles in all to go through. There's definitely some books in there you guys should consider for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week ending April 26, 2024. First up from Scout Comics, Impure number 1. Nero and Callie find themselves stranded in a place full of wild beasts with no escape. As the mismatched pair struggles for survival, they uncover ancient secrets, encounter unexpected allies, and face a common enemy. In the end, Nero will answer the all-important question, is his loyalty to the cluster as unwavering as he had always believed? Now, we put this one here on the list because Scout Comics has had a lot of their titles picked up an option in the past for small screen and big screen projects. And this one here sounds like it lends itself very well to a TV show, streaming series, or a feature film. You know, Scout Comics is a small press publisher, so they don't produce these books in the quantity that a lot of the larger publishers do. So already there's not going to be as many of these on the market as, let's say, a Marvel or DC comic. And if these actually do get picked up an option, it doesn't really matter if they make it to the screen. The hype alone will drive the price in the secondary market. And like I said, there's not as many of them out there as, let's say, a DC or Marvel comic. So you have a couple factors going for it. You know, it is going to be speculative if you choose to pick it up because you are speccing on this getting picked up an option, getting a lot more eyes on it, getting a lot of people race back into the secondary market and try to find this book. But in our opinion, these Scout books are always worth a spec. So grab this one here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put it on your B-list, but definitely keep an eye on this one. Next up from Scout Comics, Kill Town number 1. Here we have another Scout title, but this here is part of the Night of the Cadillac series. And this series is in development already with Sony Entertainment. They are doing a huge push on this series. This here particular title, Kill Town, this is a spin-off of Night of the Cadillacs. But any of these spin-off titles from Night of the Cadillacs, these are books you definitely want to own. In this issue, street-savvy Min wants to make her mark in the world. However, she feels held back in her role as a money runner with the Seven Stars Mob, the biggest crime syndicate in Koreatown, Los Angeles. When Min takes things into her own hands to usurp Vince, the notorious Seven Stars Mob boss, her plan backfires. Min is shot execution style and left for dead. Now, like I mentioned, any of these spin-off titles for Night of the Cadillacs, since Sony is already in development for this particular title series, they're going to do a huge push on this. They've really gone all in on this particular title series, this particular franchise. So any of these books, they're definitely worth picking up in our opinion. They are going to be speculative, but like I said, Sony's already in development, so you know, there's not a lot of speculation there because they have already picked it up. So this one here is one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Scout Comics, Papa Duuk number 1. This here will be another spin-off title for the Night of the Cadillac series, so once again, another book we do think you should pick up. Papa Duuk is the feared ruler of Bloodworld and the psychopathic leader of the Night of the Cadillac gangs. He is the Thanos of the Night of the Cadillac's universe. Assisted by his fiendish disciple, Ives, Papa Duuk positions the beautiful Mother Vega as the ultimate goddess queen of his domain. But first, Papa Duuk and Ives must destroy everything Mother Vega cares about, including her lover Cassandra. Now, like I already mentioned, any spin-off titles for Night of the Cadillacs, Sony's doing a huge push on this. They've already started the marketing for it. You know, these are going to be a big deal. If they get traction with fans and collectors, people are going to race back, try to find first appearances within this franchise, and find these premiere issues. So this one here is another one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Oni, Robo Force number 1. Meet Max 89, the latest and greatest innovation in the field of robotics. As a member of Robo Force, the crew of highly advanced androids that are redefining technological advancement on 22nd century Earth, there's no job too big for him to handle. But when their creator's newest invention is stolen by a rival company in a brazen act of corporate warfare, Max and the high-powered detonator are determined to get it back. Now this series here, this is going to be a big deal. They've already hyped this up. The animated series is already in production, and this here is being co-produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So there's going to be a lot of attention on this. This is one you do not want to pass up for the cover price. This will be a little bit more speculative because you are speccing on this becoming popular. Fans actually wanting to own this particular premiere issue. But like I said, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, people love this guy. They love the projects he's involved in. And the fact that he's co-producing this animated series. This one here, we think this is a no-brainer. For the cover price, you'll be set on a huge winner here. So go ahead and grab this one here for your collection. Next up from Distillery, Spectrograph number 1. A titan of American industry with a strange fascination in the occult and the paranormal, was a subject of speculation for decades among the elite who wondered what he was building in his mansion for all those years, and now, finally, with his death, his estate is finally open for sale. Now, Distillery has been getting a lot more attention on their titles. They haven't had a lot of their titles picked up in option in the past, but that's no indication of the future. Like I said, they have been getting a lot more attention on their titles, and a lot of collectors are starting to go back and pick up the premiere issues of some of their series. So this one here will be a little bit more speculative than the other titles we just mentioned, but it may be worth picking up the spec on. If this gets picked up in option, this is going to blow up, and a lot of people are not going to have this. Distillery is definitely a small press publisher. They don't produce a lot of books, so there's not going to be a lot of them out there. If this takes off, you're not going to be able to find it. The prices are definitely going to skyrocket. In our opinion, this is a great spec. Pick it up for a spec if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list and take a look at it later on. And finally, from Image Comics, Universal Monsters, the creature from the Black Lagoon, lives #1. Years after the events of the original film, a journalist hunts for a notorious serial killer in the heart of the Amazon, but she soon encounters an unexpected new threat. Now, this Universal Monster series, this has been a huge hit for Image Comics. Fans and collectors love this series. These titles always sell out. And this here is issue #1 of The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, this particular issue has had a distribution problem. A lot of shops, a lot of people that ordered this are not going to get their full allocation today. It's going to come in a few weeks. So if you go to your comic shop, you don't see it on the shelf, it's not because it's sold out immediately. Like I said, the rest of the allocation is coming in a few weeks. But definitely let your comic shop know if you want to pick this up. You might still have a chance to get one. This Universal Monster series has been a huge hit, very well received with fans and collectors. So this one here, for the cover price, we think this is a great pickup. You don't want to chase these down years later for a lot more money. So in our opinion, this is a great spec. Pick this up for a spec if you can. If you can't, then put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. So there you have the 6 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there worth picking up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. As always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Surfat Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.